Good morning,
Good morning.
Betty Gaiss, Mary Elizabeth Gaiss, or formerly Sister Andrew Joseph. Okay, thank you for your willingness. And when I invited you and we talked a little bit, you said, that sounds like fun. I'm going to like that. Now your story's changed. But I
I
grabbed
can
you.
hardly believe I said all that.
You did. You lit up, and it was exciting. So, do you want to start off with where you were born,
Oh, yes.
and where was that?
Well, I have to tell you two things.
Okay, good.
I was born in Corning, New York, but that was my home. We just didn't have any hospital in Painted Post, New York.
I love that name,
Yeah.
Painted Post.
It's a nice place.
Well, a little bit off to the side, I checked on that last night. I Googled it and looked on to find out about Painted Post. And in 2000, when they had the census, at that time there was 1,842 people in Painted Post. So there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
And from where I'm sitting, there was a famous person from Painted Post. Do you know who it was?
No?
The man who invented, or the man who started IBM.
Oh.
Yeah. I was interested in that part because I had a brother that, worked for IBM. But that's so that gentleman. I thought I copied the name down, but maybe I'll get it later. Okay, so then you lived in Painted Post. You went to school in Painted Post.
Yes.
Okay.
I was born in Corning, Painted Post, and I went to school in Painted Post.
Okay.
Because that's where we lived, and that's where, that's where people lived.
Okay. What did your dad do?
He was a draftsman
Oh.
with Ingersoll Rand. They make air compressors and
Okay.
lots of big, heavy machinery.
Okay. And your mom?
She was unemployed.
No, I think she took care of you.
Well,
That
that's true.
That probably was a big task.
That probably was.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
No.
Oh, so you had mother's undivided attention.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So you went to grade school there in Painted Post. Did you have special friends in the school?
Oh, yes. I mean, everybody has different friends.
Right. Any special one? Did you have next door neighbors that you played with and had fun with since you didn't have brothers and sisters?
I really didn't have any play kinds of things with neighbors.
Okay.
And and so with the fun things, it was mostly with people that I went to school with, but not necessarily played with or interacted with.
Did you go to high school in Painted Post?
Yes.
And what was the name of the high school?
Painted Post.
Oh, really? Everything was Painted Post, huh?
Yeah.
Have to encourage our viewers to look that up.
That's
and
right.
see more about the history
Yeah.
of Painted Post. I just love the name of the place.
Yeah.
I'll have to go there sometime just because of your mentioning it.
Yeah.
Near
It's a
Seneca.
nice town.
Okay. Okay, so then you went to high school, and what did you do after high school?
Went to college.
And what college did you go to?
Albany State Teachers in Albany, New York.
So you wanted to be a teacher.
Yes.
Who inspired you to want to be a teacher?
I guess I just enjoyed what teachers did.
Oh, good. Did you have one in particular teacher that was kind of a mentor for you or inspired you? Sometimes you just have one special teacher or
Yes,
two.
I did.
Uh-huh.
She was a science teacher in Painted Post High School.
Okay. So that's how you got into science and math.
Probably.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing, the influence that people had on us when we were younger? And I'm sure there are people out there doing the same thing you did who you inspired.
I hope so.
I'm sure, if you really loved what you were doing.
I did.
Yeah. And that's when I've talked to a few people about you. Pat McDonald in particular, evidently you lived together in Lansing, and she said that you grew up in Painted Post and that you were just delightful to live with and a good teacher.
Oh, well, good. It's
Yes.
always good to know.
Yeah, I think sometimes we don't realize the impression and the good that we do, which is what you did do. Okay. Now, some of the places that you grew up, you know, you went to Lansing. That's a far cry from Painted Post.
Yes.
Yeah. And you taught in high school there or grade school?
I'm trying to think whether it's high school or grade school. As a sister?
As a sister, yes. But tell us what happened to you as you went to that teacher's college. That was even before you entered.
Yes.
Yes. So you went to the teacher's college
Right.
and graduated from there.
Yes.
All right. And then where'd you go to work after you went to the teacher's college? Had you entered at that time?
No, because when I was at Albany State Teachers, I was not a sister,
Okay.
and but I was a Catholic,
Right. Okay.
and so I had friends who were Catholic, and you know.
Did you get a job when you graduated from the college?
I taught science and some math.
You entered in 1960.
1960.
So you were out teaching for a while before you entered.
I was.
So you came to us later on in life,
That's very true.
which was unusual at that time.
I went to Albany State Teachers
Yes.
and eventually graduated from there. But the thing that popped in my mind as I was talking, and when you were talking, the significant person in my life at that time and around that time was Sister Marie Carolyn. You know Sister Marie Carolyn?
Yes.
Everybody that knew Dominican knew Sister Marie Carolyn, who at that time was, I was going to say she was teaching and educating in some kind of a fashion. Brilliant woman, interesting, fun. And she at that time was in Washington, D.C. at the Adrian Dominican House of Studies.
Correct.
And so she was significant in my life at that time, although, I mean, I'm down here, but she was good to everybody.
Yes.
And so that was, and so at that time, I must have been teaching something at Albany, at the college there, but I can't tell you what it was.
That's okay.
Yeah, but that was a significant time in my life because she included me in things, and I got to meet people and see things and do things, and so that was a big time in my life. The other, if you want me to skip time.
Whatever, that's fine. Whatever you.
Okay. I was going to say the other big thing in my life was Michigan State, because I went to Michigan State after I got finished in Washington. Did a lot of things at Michigan State that sort of just had to be done and got done. So Michigan State was significant in my life. Then I got into some genetics things, and I wasn't. I got to meet people who were doing those things, and so that was a great time. And I taught some of the classes at Michigan State classes, and but it was just an all around good time, because you met a lot of people, and they were just ordinary people. You know, you got to know people that otherwise you wouldn't have gotten to know. I mean, nobody put anybody on pedestals or that kind of thing. But what needed to be done, well, do it.
No matter who you are or what.
Yeah, right.
You know.
I mean, people did things they knew how to do. They were significant in their field. But nobody was standing, hardly anybody standing on a pedestal waiting to be bowed to. And,
Including yourself.
yeah, it was a good time. There were just a lot of good times.
Good. A little aside. What made you want to be a sister?
I wanted to be a sister. I mean, that was, but my mother thought it was the worst thing that could have happened to me. My dad just felt bad, felt the worst thing that, he wasn't so vocal about what a horrible thing it was. I mean, people who weren't sisters, weren't in the convent, looked at the convent life and that as nothing that anybody would choose. They saw if it was their child or their uncle or whoever, that they have lost them.
Correct. Right.
I mean, you might just as well throw it all away. And but you did what you had to do, and for the person who was going in the convent, it was kind of an exciting thing,
You're looking for excitement.
Yeah,
right?
looking for excitement. I mean, it was a good thing. I never felt like I was throwing my life away.
No.
But so, from some people's point of view, it was a positive thing. From other people's point of view, it was the worst thing that could happen to you. And it was certainly the worst thing that could happen to your family.
Exactly. Particularly with being an only child.
Probably, yes.
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 What do you love about being a sister?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Well, for one thing, I got to do things that I like to do. Like, I probably would have been a teacher no matter what. And I got to do things with this, school, and you got to know people. It was a positive thing. And there's, you have good days and bad days, but in general, it was a positive thing. And people out and about looked at the sisters in a positive way. I mean, I was in so many different places doing so many different things, but mostly people liked you. And liked having, and like me, but they liked having sisters to work with, or just to know, or it was a positive thing.
And that stays with you.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to leave with us?
I can't think of anything else. There's a lot of other things, but
Oh, sure, but
it was a nice story for me.
and it was a nice story for us. And we're going to just pull it together now, Betty. So thank you for all you've been and done in the congregation and continue to be in your ministry around here on campus. Not on campus, but especially here at the DLC with the nurses and the aides and everything. Your kindness. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sister Betty Gaiss, Sister Andrew Joseph.
Yes.